Before getting your first tattoo, you should ask yourself these questions. Getting a tattoo is a responsibility to yourself. After all, that tattoo has all the odds to stay with you forever. You can think that it can be removed, but not entirely. Just follow this video to find out if and how to get it removed. But let's get back to your decision. It should not be taken lightly. If you've been considering getting a tattoo, it might be worth thinking why. Perhaps you want to remember the special bond you have with your mom, for example, or perhaps everyone seems to have delicate wrist tattoos and they're all you can think about. Either way, you have to answer some questions that pop up into your mind like popcorn. Also, if you have doubts about a permanent tattoo, maybe you should try a temporary one first to get used to the idea. Find in the description of this video some designs and tools to apply a temporary tattoo. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified when we publish something new. Getting a tattoo is a bad idea. This question implies two smaller questions. Does having a tattoo really mean something to you? And you truly love the artwork? If the answer is yes to both, then you probably should go for it. But you should take into consideration some aspects. Also, does your tattoo will affect your career? The artwork can be offensive to someone. For example, is it political? Because of the placement, the tattoo will be hard to erase. By the way, did you know that the names of exes are the most requested tattoos to be removed? You should ask yourself these types of questions at the beginning to check the most obvious aspects of this decision. Where's the least painful place to get it? The forearms hurt the least, but the areas most likely to hurt are the ribs, stomach, neck, hands, and feet. Basically, anywhere with thin skin is going to be more painful than not. What does it feel like? The sensation of getting a tattoo feels similar to that of being long scratched by a cat. It does hurt, but it's not the most painful feeling in the world. It's not like delivering a child. If you want to avoid the most sensitive part of your body, go for an area like your arm. Wrist tattoos are also very popular, but pretty painful. Are there any health risks to consider? There is a chance that you can contract a blood-borne illness. However, if you go to an experienced artist with proper sterilization techniques, it shouldn't be a major cause for concern. But there are some situations when getting a tattoo is not recommended. If you're an expectant or nursing mom or you are on blood thinners, you should not get a tattoo because of the higher risk of contamination. Also, you should likely not get a tattoo if you or a close relative have a history of skin cancer. Another health risk is allergies. You must discuss them with your tattoo artist before the procedure. How long will my first tattoo take? This depends very much on the dimensions and the complexity, so it should take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours, or maybe even in more sessions. Also, besides just the process itself, you should add in the time it takes to sign a release form, copy your ID, and for the artist to clean and bandage your new tattoo. Don't forget about the maintenance of the tattoo. During the first 6 weeks of tattoo healing, you should avoid direct sun exposure and submerge it into the waters of lakes or oceans because they could harbor bacteria. There are some good products on Amazon for taking care of your freshly made tattoos. Check them out in the description. If something goes wrong and I don't like my tattoo, can it be erased? Well, if you hate your tattoo or no longer want it, tattoo removal is thankfully an option these days, but pretty pricey and painful. Depending on the tattoo, it can take between 8 to 12 sessions to completely remove it. The treatment itself can be uncomfortable, but you can do a topical anesthesia to numb the pain sensation. Based on tattoo size, each session can be 30 seconds to 5 minutes. But even with removal, a lighter shade outline of the tattoo and some stubborn pigment may remain. So make sure that it's something you really want and won't regret in 10 years. So if you really stick to the idea of getting a permanent tattoo, do your homework first. And most importantly, don't rush. Take your time to think about the reason why you're having this tattoo, and if you will still love it like this in your older days.